Welcome to Southwest Florida Happenings, the show that's giving a voice to the Southwest Florida community. Today, our guest is Greg Wagner with Wagner Photography. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you, Marianne.
And I'm excited to have you with us today because we are going to learn about how you work with your photography clients and what all you can do for them. So I'm excited to hear about this.
Okay, well, what would you like to know?
I would like to know everything. So a lot of the work that you do is custom.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things you can change in a photograph.
Yes, have the flexibility to match whatever decor somebody has in their in whatever setting it is, whether it's an office or a living room or a family room or something like that. Matching the especially when it comes to color. A lot of it has to do also with the personal taste of the client. Do they actually want something that looks like a photograph, or would they rather have something that looks more like a pen and ink, like a black and white pen and ink, or do they want something that looks like a watercolor, along that line? So what I do is I can show them samples of my work and maybe get a feel for the type of photograph that they're interested in, and then show them what I have. And they said, "This is very nice right here, but can you make it look like an oil painting instead of a photograph?"
Wow.
Well, sure. Yeah, I can do that.
We have some samples of different things, and one is an ice skater photo that you took.
Yes.
And so we have about 3 different ways you've changed that original photo.
Okay. The original photo is the one all the way on the left. I have a very extensive background in sports photography, and one of my clients is the Florida Sports Foundation, and they have me going around the state at various times of the year doing various sporting events, and one of them is figure skating. And so the shot all the way on the left is one of my favorite photos from figure skating event back in May. The next one to the right, it's just cropped in a little bit tighter, and then adding a few special effects to make it look much softer and easier on the eyes, so to speak. And then we go all the way to the right, where I kind of made it look like an image that kind of raises the question: is it a photograph or is it some other media, whether it's ink or hand colored or whatever, which is kind of what I wanted to accomplish. Was you take a look at that last one and you kind of scratch your head and you don't know if it's a photograph or not. And so that's what I was trying to accomplish. So just imagine if you were this girl's parents, and instead of having just a regular picture of her doing that, which by this age they've got hundreds of pictures of their girls. This would be something completely different that they might get excited about. And
you have some more samples here.
Yes. Of
things that you've done. This one here, if you can briefly tell us a little bit about what you did with this one.
This is taken up at Boca Grande, a very remote section of Lee County, but. And I took it at sunset, and I use a technique of long exposures. So I keep the shutter open for sometimes as long as 8 minutes or 15 minutes, and it creates a real silky effect with the ocean. And so the bigger the waves, the better, and everything. But this was taken at about sunset, and I can change colors and style any way necessary to fit the taste or the decor. And this one here, I added a little bit more to the orange. It was already orange because it was sunset, but I added a little bit more to it. And
okay, so Greg Wagner with Wagner Photography. Your website is
wagnerphotography.me,
and you can learn more about all the things that you can do there at wagnerphotography.me. Thank you so much for joining us today.
All right. Thank you, Marianne.